guys, so I had a few extra minutes this morning. I'm actually not running late for lunch, which is amazing. And I cleaned up the studio a little bit. We kind of left all the airbrushing stuff everywhere, and my sewing project is still out, so I cleaned up the studio space. So the reason that it's kind of important to me that I'm keeping the house tidy, oh, sorry, my bag. So the reason that it's important that I'm keeping the house tidy is I did a major clean on Saturday before Emily and Will came over to play board games. And my sister and her boyfriend are coming on Thursday night to stay with us for the weekend. I'd rather not have to do a major cleaning on Thursday because I let it go for the week, the 4 or 5 days that between events. So I'm just trying to keep the house a little on the tidier side than it has been recently to mitigate the stress that I might feel on Thursday. Now my sister would say, I don't care, Em, whatever, like no big deal. I grew up with you, I know how messy you can be, but I'm a grown up. I can keep things clean sometimes.
Don't let the ground sink from beneath my feet, don't like it much. Oh, if I'm guilty of not loving you enough.
So I am really quickly popping over during my lunch break to one of my favorite bookstores. It's called Book Culture. There are a couple locations here in the city, but they're an independent bookstore, which I'm a big fan of, to pick up the next installment of the Patrick Rothfuss Kingkiller Chronicles. He wrote a book 2.5. Yeah, so he wrote basically like a half measure between massive books, because the books are like 1,000 pages long. And I just finished reading book 2, and I'm anxious for more, and I don't know when book 3 is coming out, so we're gonna read 2.5 like ASAP. It's short, like it's gonna take me an hour to read, but it's gonna be worth it.
I've seen summer breeze and morning light kiss your hair, and all the boys up all around you couldn't help but stare. I know I'm jealous, and I promise I'll try not to be.
So I ended up snagging more than just the one book that I wanted today. I took a peek around, and I ended up finding a really cool thing. Let me show you guys. I'm sure you guys have heard of the coloring books for grown-ups. Like, they make these books now that are just designed to be coloring books. And there's a famous one by Joanna Basford called Secret Garden. He's also Enchanted Forest. They make postcards. So these are color your own postcards to mail. I kind of have a love affair with mail and receiving mail and sending mail. I think it's charming and old-fashioned, and it is always delightful to get a letter in the mail. No one wants to get a bill, but when you get a letter in the mail, it's really nice. Postcards are very similar because usually they're sent when you're on vacation. I know my husband sent me postcards when he's been abroad. My sister has as well. It's really nice, and I still have them even when you're not, like, just from when you travel. It's really nice. So I have now a book of 20 postcards that I can color myself. They're really cool. So yeah, so I'm thinking about coloring a bunch of postcards and sending them. I guess this is, if you would like me to send you a postcard, please send me an email with your address, and I would be happy to send you a postcard anywhere in the world that I will color myself, because it seems like it'd be really fun. Send me an email, conditionnerd@gmail.com, and I would be super excited to send you a postcard, and you'll get a postcard from me. Hopefully it won't take me too long to color all of them, but just let me know if you want one. Yeah, so that's a super exciting, fun little thing. And the last thing that I got at the bookstore today was I got a present for my mom. So I'm not gonna show you because, Mom, it's for you. And presents are supposed to be surprises. All right, it's still chilly out, but I'm sitting out here in the sun and it's not so bad. But I have to head home so that I can work out this afternoon. So I'm procrastinating. That's really what I'm doing. I'm just procrastinating because I would rather not go work out, but I know that I'll feel better once I do. So I guess I should get off this bench and walk home. Okay.
Guess I'm guilty of just loving you, you see. Oh, if I'm guilty
UPS has a tendency to print you a receipt that's like 16 feet long for one freaking item. It's like worse than when Amazon sends you a box that's 16 sizes too big for the batteries that you ordered. But it's less wasteful because it's only one sheet of paper versus Amazon sending you a whole box. Anyway.
Of not loving you, of not loving you enough. And when the night falls soft and lonely in the winter's hush.
My workout was fantastic. I really wanted to finish my shirt today, so I think I am going to give that an attempt now. I just needed to finish the hem on the bottom, and then I need to figure out the sleeves. I don't have a pattern for the sleeves, so that's why I've sort of been procrastinating about it, because I have to sort of make it up as I go along.
Your silence weighs above me like some pillow crush. I wish I knew or remember how we used to touch. Oh, if I'm guilty of not loving you enough.
Okay guys, so I have failed twice, and I am gonna run out of fabric if I keep just trying to make it up on my own. So I'm gonna do a little research on sleeves, figure out what I'm doing wrong, and then try again. But I think the top looks pretty nice. Here, let me show you guys what it looks like. So here's my new top. I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously I'm gonna put sleeves on it. This is still an unfinished edge, but I'm pretty happy with it overall. It's just like a t-shirt. It's just a comfy thing to wear on the weekend. Nothing too fancy, but it is a fun print. And I don't usually use prints, and it's been interesting to match up and make sure that everything was straight. So new challenge.
Oh, if I'm guilty of not loving you enough. Girl, I'm guilty of not loving you.
That's a lot of dogs.
Of not loving you